Everybody, what is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. here with the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button as you come into the room because we have a special guest in here with us today, Mr. Malachi Wideman, the two-sport star down there at Jackson State for Coach Prime, also on the basketball court for the Tigers. Malachi, how's it going today, buddy?
Man, thank you, man. I'm doing great, man. Pleased to be on the show here with you today.
Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Now, Malachi, I mean, there's so much going on at Jackson State. It seems like at all times. So I got to ask you just right now, what is it like being a JSU Tiger, both a star on the football field, leading the conference in touchdowns, while also now starting games for the basketball team? What's life like at JSU for Malachi?
Oh, definitely time consuming, man. Trying to make sure that I get everything done in a timely order and with efficiency is definitely one of the biggest tasks at hand. Still to this day, that's something that I'm still trying to balance, having a social life, having, my sports life be up to date because, a lot of time is devoted towards both of those two sports, basketball and football. But it's been nothing but a blessing since I've been here, man, at Jackson State. I've gotten tremendous amounts of support from, faculty, administration, even the janitors, who get to watch me from the cut of the games and stuff like that, man. Just so much love around here, man. And I'm just glad to be somewhere where I'm wanted, needed, and loved.
That's awesome, and it's awesome to hear you speak about it in that way because I understand, when you entered the transfer portal coming out of Tennessee, you didn't report to Jackson State till late in the process. Just tell me about, reporting to Jackson State when you did, and when do you feel like you finally caught your rhythm, got your groove going during the football season?
Okay. Yeah, definitely made a lengthy transition as far as, coming out of the transport portal and choosing my next school because I knew my next school had to be a smart one, had to be a good move.
Mm-hmm.
Me getting my transcript from other school definitely played a part in me getting it so late.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple student fees and stuff that they wanted me to pay before being able to leave. Unfortunately, even though I'm a scholarship guy and they know I don't have it, that was something that had to be done. So after coming up with those outstanding fees that they left me with, I had a short window of time that I was dealing with. A lot of schools and teams had already gave out their number of scholarships and
Mm-hmm.
did a lot of their recruiting. So um, definitely had to go where I was much needed instead of wanted in a way. You know what I'm saying? So definitely stand down and waiting, and also just getting in contact with somebody of that nature, like Dion, of course, played a big part in making that transition for me so much smoother.
Now, Malachi, I must ask you, when did you first meet Coach Prime? Did you meet him during the transfer process, or was this someone you actually knew during your time in high school?
Actually, this is someone I knew during my time in high school, way back when I was committed to FSU,
Mm-hmm.
the Knolls. I was actually coming down for visits on the weekend, and I of course got to meet some pretty great people at my time. Getting to visit there, like Dion, Hamilton, like Coach Hamilton,
Mm-hmm.
who's there at basketball now, and other big house names. But like those are some of the ones that I got to meet when I was down there. So
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Once again, we're talking to Malachi Wideman, the two sports star over at Jackson State University. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Now, Malachi, the first couple of games, you didn't really see the field too much. That Alabama A&M game, I think the first couple of games, I think I have it right here. You might have had with the first four games, you had two catches total. Right? The Alabama A&M game was that fourth game. You caught a touchdown. But then after that, you put a blitz on the rest of the conference, man. You scored in every game the rest of the season, the rest of the regular season, that is. What was it about that fourth game, or what took place between the fourth and fifth game that saw your reps turn up and saw you become the receiver that you eventually became during your first season at Jackson State?
I think just getting more comfortable with the program, with the system, with my teammates, knowing my role as well, knowing what I could do for this team. And then, of course, just staying, of course, with the grind, staying healthy because, your availability is your markability. So just staying 10 toes, man, trying to stay out the mix throughout the, of course, the long season. Football is always a long season, man. A lot of injuries happen. I think that's what gave me a shot to, showcase some of my talent early on. We had a couple guys go down. So when a couple guys go down, not only do you get some more time, sometimes you get a couple more balls.
Yeah.
And so just capitalizing off some of those opportunities that I got was definitely important and essential.
Now, Malachi, you finished the season with 12 touchdown catches. Now, I don't know what your goals were coming in to your first year at Jackson State, but did you think that you'd be able to lead the conference in touchdown catches the first season you stepped foot and essentially doing it in 3 less games than everybody else?
Most definitely. A goal for me actually was to break the receiving record. I was going after Jerry Rice's record, and I still am to this day. That's something that I feel like is attainable and reachable, if I keep working and, try to keep getting better. So just having those types
Absolutely.
of goals and following in some of the greats' footsteps, even when you come up short, you don't come up short. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely, and what you were able to do was nothing short of remarkable. What JSU was able to do was nothing short of remarkable. You guys winning that SWAC championship in your first fall season. Just what was that feeling like? What was the community and everybody like when you guys were able to bring home that SWAC championship?
Oh man, like I remember one time exactly. Coach Prime was like pretty much just letting us know like the effect that we had on the community that we didn't even realize. Like he was pretty much explaining to us that with us having such a good season, a lot of crime around the city of Jackson literally was going down. So he was letting us know like since we were winning and stuff, like people were having a good time. Like and like just knowing that we have like that much of an effect on our environment and on our community is like profound because Jackson, Mississippi is one of the highest homicide rated places, like unsolved homicides in the country. So just knowing that we could amp down the beef just from winning and doing our job is amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Once again, we're talking to Malachi Wideman, two sports star at Jackson State. Now, I'm not going to ask you about, what happened to Celebration Bowl. That was months ago now. You guys are turned the page and kind of, but I do have to ask, man, do you all still talk about that? Is that a motivating factor going into the fall of 2022?
Of course, because when that's always part of the goal. Being national championships, winning a SWAC championship. That gave everybody something to work for. So we know what it takes. To get there. We know what it takes to just compete at those types of games. So preparing ourselves to be able to dominate in those types of games, I think, is what we're striving for this offseason and this season.
Now you, not just yourself, but your team, coming into last fall, we expected Jackson State to be good. But then you guys went undefeated in conference. You guys won 11 games. You almost go undefeated. So now you're the big dog. Now you're the talk of the town. You add the recruits that you guys added. You led this conference in touchdown passes. Shador wins freshman of the year, all the awards, all the NIL. Now you guys are the hunted. What is that? Is that something that you embrace? What do you feel like, knowing that everybody talks about Jackson State, good or bad, and that you guys are, the team to beat in the SWAC moving forward?
Oh no, it's always fun, man. Just knowing that everybody's going to give you their best and everybody's going to play you like a Super Bowl is what keeps a lot of this game so fun. I love being at the top and having to stay at the top. That's something that's definitely an easier problem to have than it being you being at the bottom and trying to fight at somebody who's up top. And so just getting to be definitely the bully in the league is always fun.
Now, so you rather be like the one everybody's chasing and not the underdog? Which role do you like better, being the underdog or being the top dog?
I've been on both sides. I know going into the game, knowing that you're a bully can sometimes do you a great deal of success and a great deal of failure, just because sometimes you can get overconfident, of course, and underestimate your opponent. But, I think confidence is a big part of success in a way too. Um, Without confidence, sometimes you won't make plays, or you won't take some plays with the same risk that you would need to make plays. So um, I think our team's morale and the confidence that we need to win and dominate these games this year we'll definitely have.
Now, we're talking about confidence. We're talking about how good the team was last year. You guys added a bunch of pieces just recruiting wise, especially to the receiver room. I know you're in basketball season. You like your life's a little different than most people. But what is it going to be like, that level of competition, knowing that there's a ton of receivers in there that feel like they might be just as good as you or better?
Oh, it's going to get competitive, man. I've always been one to come in, keep my head down, and work, and let my game speak for itself. I feel like that's the best way to handle things in this business. So just going in day out, making sure I'm ready, being prepared, because failing to prepare is preparing to fail. And just knowing that, definitely gives me the benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely, absolutely. Once again, we're talking to Malachi Wideman, two-sport star at Jackson State. Now, Malachi, we'll wrap up the football talk here. Going into the 2022 season, I just got a few more questions about football. First of all, have you seen the preview of Coach Prime? What are you expecting from this season? What do you hope the fans get most out of watching this season of Coach Prime, which I imagine would feature the leading SWAC receiver in touchdowns quite a bit?
I think our fans could expect us to dominate the SWAC even more than what we did last year. Hopefully they see a change in, efficiency. Because even though that we played at a high level last year, there were times where I felt like our offense could have played at a more elite and efficient level, and our defense too. So just raising the level of play on all cylinders, will only make us all sharper and us all better. Can't wait.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And neither
Wait.
can we, man. Neither can we. Everybody's trying to guess the schedule, and myself included. Everybody's trying to figure out what games are happening, what games ain't, who you match up with, what's the recruiting classes stack up against each other. So much talk. And it's led by your team, because you guys are the kings of the SWAC right now. I have to ask, what was it like? When you saw, because I know it kind of took the world by storm, but what were you doing when Travis Hunter, that is, decided to go to Jackson State? I know you guys were in the Air Celebration Bowl, but what was that kind of like in that plane when that went down and you guys kind of took college football by storm with that?
Just sitting back and seeing, that we're in a different time age. We're in a time of where athletes are finally starting to understand that you could take your talents to somewhere where some people are really truly scared to, because they don't think they'll get the right recognition or the platform to go to the next level. And just with Travis making that big move, he's paved the way for a lot of athletes. Most definitely. Now athletes who might not have been getting looked at might be getting looked at off of the face of, scouts and other recruiters watching Travis when he plays now, from just being the number one recruit coming out of high school, So just knowing the type of eyes that are on the program, that is on the school, and all of that, is big.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Malachi, you had to make a transition. Like I said, many college athletes don't have to do. As soon as this football season was over, you didn't really get a break. You jumped right into basketball season. What was the hardest transition about, going from playing for a SWAC champion football team to going and competing for a SWAC championship in the basketball world?
Getting back to, getting my basketball legs, of course, it's a different type of pace. A lot of it was definitely getting in the plays, making sure that I'm making some of the right reads, getting back to making, basketball decisions at a high speed and at, good choices. So just trying to get back into the groove of basketball. Doesn't take long, but it definitely is, sometimes extra.
Yeah.
Extra.
Now, what age were you? How old were you when you realized, like, hey, I'm pretty good at this football thing, and this basketball thing kind of come easy too. Like, how old were you when you realized you was pretty good athlete?
Maybe my freshman year of high school.
And what was it about that year? Was it just you were just better than dudes? You just realized it came easier to you? What was it about that time that made you realize, dang, I'm pretty good at this stuff?
Well, I had some pretty cool people tap in and let me know that if I stayed out of trouble, that I was going to have a chance to do something big in whatever route I took, basketball or football. Just know that there's some legends in both sports, basketball and football, that kept me playing both of them.
Hey, that's awesome.
I'm going to give you two names for each sport, or one name for each sport. For basketball, I had LeBron James, and for football, I had Deion Sanders. So it's hard to give up a sport when either of them tell you that if you keep working hard and do what you do, that you'll have success at one of them. So
now, did LeBron see like one of your highlight tapes and comment out? Like, is that what happened, or he shot you, man? How did that work? I don't want to get too personal, but I kind of want to know a little bit about that, man. What was that like?
Well, actually, Dwayne Wade's son played on my travel basketball team. Zaire Wade, one of my closest friends to this day, played on Each One Teach One with me out of Orlando, Florida, EYBL travel basketball. LeBron James used to come to his games a lot of times just because, LeBron is like an uncle to Zaire, Dwayne Wade's son. So he used to come up into our games, and a lot of times, like, me and Zaire would be in there hooping. So, he got a chance to see me make some big plays and whatnot. And he truly told me that if I keep working, I can be something special.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. What has it been like playing for the Jackson State basketball team? What has it been like? You guys are, had a recent win streak. Just how are things going for the basketball season for you?
Basketball season has been going great, man. Got off to a slow start. Just so, happy and blessed to be back on the basketball court after not getting the chance to do it early in my collegiate career. But it's been nothing but a journey, man. We started off a little slow, had a couple losses tied to each other, I think it had our team down. Everybody's still trying to find out some of their roles. Coach playing with the minutes, trying to see, what gives us the best chance to win. And that's all what I'm about. So just trying to win, man, and get these games and find my role wherever that is. I'm willing to do it.
Now, I have to ask you, which is a better accomplishment or something that you like more? Is it catching a touchdown over somebody, mossing somebody, or is it dunking on someone? Which one do you prefer and why?
Well, that's hard. That's too hard for me. I don't know if I got an answer for that. Yep. I don't know if I got an answer for you.
Because it was one play. I'm gonna run back to football one time because it was one play in particular that I remember. I think it was the game, essentially the game-winning touchdown against Southern. You caught it, Buddy fell. You had a few words for Buddy. If you keep it PG with us, what'd you say to dude from Southern when you turned around and looked at him? He kind of walked up in your face, but I mean, it was kind of too late. You scored that touchdown.
Nah, all I told him was bleep. That was easy. Yeah, bleep. That was easy.
Hey, that sounds good enough, man. When it comes to trash talking, do you do a little trash talking on the field or on the basketball court? Is that something that's part of your, to get you going, or is that something you kind of stay away from?
Usually I'm actually the one that actually tries to get other people to trash talk and to get out of their games. Like, I'll talk just because I try to be a vocal person on the football field and on the basketball court. But otherwise than that, no, I'm not even truly a trash talker. Like, not really, but I'll definitely turn up with somebody who turns up on me. But no, I'm not even really a trash talker.
Oh man, so he must have said something that kind of got it to that level, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he took it there. He really took it there. So I had to take it there with him.
Okay, man. Once again, we're talking to Malachi Wideman, man, two sports star over at JSU. Oh, looks like we lost Malachi. I don't know what just took place. I don't know if his phone died or what's going on. But as you see, Malachi is a very well-spoken young man. He comes with, he's keeping it real with us. And I was gonna ask him, he has an NFT project that is coming out. Let's see if we can get him back. Looks like we got him back. You good to go, Malachi?
I'm back. I'm back. I don't know where I went, but I'm
Hey,
back.
that's all good. That's all good, man. Now, Malachi, I know you're working with, you're doing some NFT stuff, man. Just tell me about that. What's that been like, and where can people find it?
Okay, well, I have an NFT dropping, I believe, within the next 2 weeks. If you don't know much about NFTs, I would definitely highly encourage you to do some research on them. A lot of money to be made in the NFT space of things, and yeah, I'm doing a partnership with Legacy League. You know, with my NFT. Of course, I'm still open to doing business and expand my portfolio. If anybody else wants to reach out to bookedandbusy@gmail.com for more business. But as far as some of the work that I'm doing right now, I'm also doing a partnership with Mogul. Some guys over there doing some really big things with other athletes, helping spread the wealth as far as with some of this NIL deals in the space that is foreign.
Yeah.
NIL, like a lot of the NIL name, image, and likeness things that are doing right now, people are doing right now, and students are doing right now. A lot of people don't know about. So just educating to help students make sure that they get all of what they deserve, and athletes get all of what they deserve is important.
Absolutely, man. And I want to just say this really quick while I have you on here. The NIL thing, I think, is the coolest thing ever, man. Because for years, student athletes were making millions and millions of dollars, not only for the university, not only for the athletics department, but even for the city. I mean, the city of Jackson came out and said, your team, you guys' team, raised $30 million for the city. So how is it that you guys can make the city that much and you couldn't even get, if somebody wanted to buy you a cheeseburger, they couldn't do it. So I'm just so happy that you guys are able to capitalize on this opportunity. Just what's this been like for you to be able to, go out there, prove yourself? Because, I mean, you were someone who actually, put in the work, relentless SWAC and touchdowns. Now you're a starter on the basketball team and able to earn an honest living. What's that been like for you?
It's been a hell of a journey, a journey that I'm willing to bring others on, teach others on, and learn along the way too. I know there's a lot I don't know, and there's a lot I want to know, a lot of people I want to meet, and a lot of relationships I want to build. So just doing right by people, as people do right by me, and I know all my blessings will come back tenfold.
Hey, absolutely. You are right about that. Malachi, I'm gonna get you out on this, man. I can't wait to see what you do this fall for the football team. We're gonna, obviously, us and all the JSU fans gonna watch you the rest of the season with the JSU basketball team as well. But what has it been like to be a part? I'm gonna get you out on this. What has it been like for you to be a part of this resurgence to HBCU football, essentially HBCU sports, but especially the football field? I mean, it's led by your coach, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, down to your team and the success you guys have had. Now we're looking at all these other schools recruiting at a higher level. We're looking at all these other schools able to capitalize on what's taking place. Just what has it been like for you being a part of like this real first wave and these real impact kind of guys, 4-star guy coming out of high school to leading the SWAC and touchdowns? What has it been like to be a part of this resurgence and be one of the leaders, essentially, or one of the faces, if we're being honest, of this resurgence to HBCU football?
No, man, it's been nothing but a blessing to be part of this cool revolution of time. I think that there's a lot more that I could do while I'm here, and there's a lot more that I would love to do while I'm here. So just expanding, growing, gaining, and maintaining is something that I'm thriving for right now, and something that I'm seeking.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Once again, we're speaking with Malachi Wideman, two sports star over at JSU. Thank you all for tuning in. Malachi, I appreciate you stopping by, man. And we're looking
Thank
forward
you.
to it. Hey, we're looking forward to the season, the rest of the basketball season, of course. to see if you guys can repeat as SWAC champions. For all the JSU fans out there, Malachi, you get your last words. I'll give it to you. What is it you want to say to the JSU fan base that's tuning in?
I'm gonna say go Tigers. I love. I'm locked in for life, baby. Check us out. We got another game this Saturday against Texas Southern. We finna get after it. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button on your way out, and we will see you